Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
It's I, the Curse of Ula'tek. Slidewhistle, hello.
Hello, it is Immunization.
And it's me, Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag. In the pre-production meeting, I was eating pretzel nuggets, and I worried that I'd have to be eating them live on the show. But worry not, in my gluttony, I have saved but a single one. This is the end of pretzel nuggets.
What is your review? What brand did you buy? Would you buy again? Do you recommend?
I buy the Meyer brand. So usually I have a ramekin of dippin' mustard. This time I went without it because usually I have to re-up. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me finish this nugget.
It really
right
adds
back.
though. If only you had some mustard to go with that bad boy.
I feel like any kind of pretzel thing needs some kind of dip or a drink. I feel like you're unhinged to like just be raw dogging them.
Okay, so the thing was that I made a package of 10, and I ate about 4 before it was announced, are we ready to go? And those 4 featured a little bit of dippin' mustard. But I did not want to bring my ramekin of dippin' mustard with me into the show. So the other 2/3, the 6, were dry. And I will say, not as good dry, use dippin' mustard, but they were of okay quality. So I'm going to say Meyer brand cheesy pretzel nuggets, you get a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's actually not too bad for pretzel nugs.
I always thought about the fact that our father used to get us a package of 10, and then he'd go, okay, this is for everyone to share. And instead of the oven, he'd make them in the microwave. So everyone got to have 2 squishy, cheesy pretzel nuggets. That was definitely, you have that moment when you're an adult where you're like, I can just go out and buy a cake. Or I can eat ice cream today. That was one of my moments was I got them. And then Cubby Bub was like, oh, do you like those? I said, I've never had more than 3 a week. I'm going to eat all 10 of these right now. And now I regularly do. And that's why I'm getting chonky.
Sometimes we have too much freedom allotted to ourselves,
That's true. Like this week, I have had entirely too much freedom in the World of Warcraft, and it's led me down some scary, dark roads. Logging into a lot of characters that I never thought I'd see again.
So I saw that we were, by we, I mean y'all were raiding. How is the pre-Curse of Ula'tek get people back into a raid group so that they don't forget that raid is happening? How did that feel?
Well, I will say this. I showed up as the funny bunch that I was with, that I was playing. That was just for me. That's just for the love of the game. I logged in as Growlina's dusty ass, which even that felt a little weird because I haven't really competitively played Growlina in a month, I'd say. But, and it's no one's fault. Because we've got some lovely listeners who are part of our rating team, and it's no one's fault. But the winds of change, the spirit of camaraderie was really blowing through the guild, and everyone said, I want to play this. I want to try this out. Oh, it'll be so lovely to be something different. And that resulted in me, Bear, and one other guy babysitting the funny bunch. Just a lot of Scott Rogues, a lot of Hemlock Joneses that are kind of showing up brand new. And I mean, you didn't want to demean someone by being like, well, we'll start on normal. So we were doing heroic stuff, but things were a little touch and go. Things were a little tight, a little tough on these well-established heroics. And it's no one's fault. It's just everyone's running around with blue gear.
I kind of miss the days when we would just keep raiding and the entire patch, even if we got AOTC 2 months ago, just, to keep doing that. And then people would bring alts. And then I feel like eventually it would devolve into what you're describing. And then the new raid would be coming out. And then it'd be like, you know what, let's just take a week off. But now I feel like nowadays we're just we have AOTC, we got all of our achievements. Let's take a month off of raid.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's so I feel like it's been a minute since we've had the funny bunch as you described.
Yeah, and it's no one's fault for being a part of the funny bunch. Like, these are the characters they want to play. They're learning their roles. They're getting gear. I was very happy that there was like half a dozen people who got the achievements for getting like full champion set or like passing that threshold. And I was glad I was there for them. But it's tough because I wasn't learning anything. Actually, the thing I had to learn was unless someone switches and steps up, I'm going to be the guy hitting hero on all the fights now. And that scares the shit out of me. I'm not that guy. I'm listening to music half the time. What do you mean I need to keep my eyes and ears open forever?
You got to be ready for that hero.
Exactly. I was like, surely Lynn, surely you. And I was like going down. The only other person is Brodsky, who is healing. He shouldn't have to take time to go and hit his button. I'm just sitting there picking my nose, picking my belly button. I should be the one. But at the same time, I'm like, so, is Hacky coming back?
Where is Hacky? Where the hell have you been?
Exactly. You're the other mage. You put the buff on people. You do the hero so that I can just, I don't know, munch on chips.
What were the crazy characters you were on?
So what had happened was I've gotten to 90 on the main 4, I would say. Growlina, Wigglestein, Booty ATW, and Randleman. And then for achievement's sake, I even got to 90 on Growlina. So I was like, well, I've got some downtime. Who else am I going to get to 90? But it was just like, it was a slinky of interest. I would play a character, lose interest, play a different one for even less time. So it started with Papa Steen. And I was like, okay, this is interesting enough. But even at like 83, Survival Hunter isn't very interesting. And I was like, well, moving down the list here. What about the Worgen Death Knights? No, I'm not super interested in them. And then I was like, you know what? Let me go to the bottom of the list. So we're talking about young Mouth Bottom, the demonology.
Honestly, always great to hear about him again, you know?
Yeah, the demonology warlock, which young Mouth Bottom demonology is fun, but this is such like an unwoke, not good 2026 take. But Dwarf Woman is hard to play. I don't know how people play the little, like, minute races like that. Like, Dwarf Woman, Human Woman. I felt like I was barely doing anything. She would throw her hand to throw a huge firebolt, and it just looks so demure. Because, like, that they don't allow that model any fun animations. I was like, oh.
Well, people play the Human Women because the Mog looks good on them, you know? That's one thing
guess.
I got going for them, at least. And or when they used to have big-ass swords, you know? That was kind of fun.
But just, like, running around as a human woman, just, like, it's like they're jogging. It's like the animations are so small, so, like, delicate. But I'm like, I don't get it. I guess I'm used to my Worgen where she's throwing her arms around like a wacky inflatable waving tomb man. She's leaning into it like she's running to second base. But then the ultimate was I got to Old Fingerhead, who is so old. There is a photo of when Cubby Bub got to 100 max level in BFA for the first time, and he's sitting there next to her, and it's like Infinity War. He got blipped at that moment, and he's come back 5 years later at level 45. I didn't fucking know anything about this man. And I wasn't allowed to because I queued for a dungeon because we're still going through turbulent timeways. He got in almost instantly, which should have made me think, but I'm just like, maybe people are really excited to play today. I get in there and I look around and it's a bunch of little small people, and I was like, who's the tank? And I looked and I had accidentally queued as everything because a paladin can be everything.
Oh no.
So I was their tank and I was just like, I'm so sorry, everyone. And I disappeared. And so I was back at the pirate ship, but it's like, hey, soul brother, you can't play for 30 minutes. So I turned to Cubby Bub and I said, well, that's it for Old Fingerhead for a little while. And then I never returned. So he has yet to escape his BFA pirate ship purgatory.
Damn, poor he's like, finally, I get a chance to stretch my legs, get to do some action. I'm a tank. He's logging me out. No, please, come back, Aaron.
Yeah, I like to imagine him like picking up the shield and he'd be like, wow, I'm a tank? Maybe I'm actually going to be important. That means I'm going to be played, right? Logs out.
Nope, sorry, brother. Of anyone who can be a tank, you are maybe 4th down the list. Yeah. Felt bad for the poor guy. Especially because he's down in Heritage Armor 6. I've organized, because I don't like looking at the huge list, so I organized everyone into like 11 warband camps. They used to have funny names, and then I gave up because I was tired. So now there's like the ones I play, and then there's Heritage 1, Heritage 2, Heritage 3. He's all the way down in Heritage 6 with Sergei Amanos and Overwatch 2.
So you're saying like these are the ones that you leveled specifically for their heritage armor?
Oh, yes. Like Treeline, well, and it stinks because a lot of them pre-existed and then became heritage armor guys. Like Treelini, Sergei Amanos, literally all the Horde characters. It's just like he's over there with Ass to Lips and Last Tune, where will I ever play my troll marksman
Wait,
hunter
who the
again?
fuck is Last Tune?
Yeah, because he was supposed to be the last one because they had yet to announce any new ones. And then they announced new heritage armor. So I was like, even your name is redundant, you poor creature. But yeah, will I ever play my troll marksman hunter again? No. Also, because I played marksman again on my guy Bloopert, that's so super boring. I don't get it.
You know, I'll plus one any marks hate just cause I think it's funny to do so.
Did you ever have to do marks? Was that ever like meta for a second?
That's something I don't care about. I play BM just because I like BM and I think it's cooler. But I actually do think I played some marks back in WoD potentially, like right when I first started playing. I feel like it was less boring then though. And if anything, now I would pick up a spear and try survival.
Yeah, I'm sure there were so many classes that just felt really boring because you hit 3 buttons. And I guess with Fire Mage, most of the mechanics are just like turn on your flames or like shoot a fire, but like it's not overly intricate. It's not like shaman level. But I only had 7 levels to go until I was maxed out on Survival Hunter, and I still was doing 4 moves. I was like, is it just dumb easy? Am I playing it vastly wrong? But then I just proceeded to not actually want to learn. I put him in a funny little cowboy outfit, took a picture, and I said, goodbye, I'll see you in 2 years.
The next turbulent timeways, you will emerge like a cicada brewed from the underground.
Yeah, who even knows? This time Randleman carried the whole thing because it was during his journey to 90. Maybe next time you'll accidentally luck into Turbulent Timeway.
So who are you maining for next week in the Curse of Ula'tek? Is it Bloopert?
You know what? I was thinking about it. I think I want to main Stormwind is better.
Okay.
My Maghar Orc, Punchy Shaman. I'm gonna pay for a carry in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to pay for Carrie, the 1970s film, on my TV while I /follow guys to get me to max level.
They're all going to laugh at you.
And, well, that's fine because at least I get to live in my truth that Stormwind is better.
You know, you're going to be like spamming the chat asking for a carry. So like willing to buy carry, but like you spell it like Carrie. And then they're like, oh no, this is somebody who doesn't really speak good English or something. And you're like, no, actually, I'm just like streaming carry at the same time.
Yeah. It costs $10 to rent it on Amazon Plus. Fuck that. Do you have a cheaper rate? I'm willing to pay you $7 in gold so I could watch some quality Sissy Spacek. No, I'm going to go Growlina.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's all I know how to play. Literally, my interest in playing any other character is always poisoned within the first hour of me being like, this isn't what I know. I need them to absolutely break the spec and just change literally everything about it to maybe set me free. Otherwise, I have these fiery handcuffs on me forevermore.
It's that one meme of that bird that is like in a cage that has like, bars that are like so far away that it could fly out if it wants to, but then it's like, no, I'm shackled to my cage.
Exactly. Now, Slidewhistle, you're the real one. I know this was Immune's question quote last week, but you've had a whole week to think on it. Has Jay Beebs, has he reached the level you need him to?
I'm playing Fire Mage.
Ooh, on Deoxyribos,
No,
or
I'm not doing that. No, my rogue's not.
you really had me going there.
We have like a patch where all of us just play Fire Mage.
No, he's like 73. He's not gonna make it.
Well, so who is it? Is it Slidewhistle?
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
it'll
guess
probably be
so.
Slidewhistle.
Yeah, it's probably. That's probably who I'm gonna log in on. I don't see a reason to change it up.
Okay, so I guess we're all just staying on our same ones, Demon Hunter, and Mage. Then I guess that is what it is. I mean, like I can heal too if we need it. Although I'm not sure how it's gonna like shake out. I don't know that they've actually like divided into teams yet. Like
There was
I don't even think
some
that they've like
rumblings of
said
it.
that or like in like our officer chat or anything. But like maybe you have more insight since you were like in a group with them, Aaron. Do they know how they're divvying us up?
No, I believe the furthest it got was Lynn was just like, everyone's doing a great job. We'll split you guys up somehow. And then admittedly, I hate to say, I'm going to get in trouble and get my little butt and balls spanked. I did not show up to Wednesday. We were losing to the final thing of Void Spire. And Lynn was like, well, tomorrow we'll come back and we'll keep going through, what is it now? August on Quel'Danos? And I looked around and I said, I kind of was just here to make sure everyone was doing well enough and sort of feel the vibes. The vibes have been felt. I want to make cookies instead tomorrow and play Splatoon. So, 9:45, my alarm went off on my phone and I said, oh, I'm so sorry. And silenced it with a cookie.
Looks like they killed Beleren at 9:30 and wiped on Midnight Falls for another 30 minutes before calling it a night.
I love that you can just check the logs and like see the story.
And you know what? Maybe an intellect buff might have helped them out, but at the same time, those cookies were real good. And I gotta get to the bottom of the bottomless floors. I can find the treasure for my girl Shiver. She doesn't have a lot. She doesn't have a lot going on. It's very flat as a board, they would say.
Well, you know who has a lot going on? Blizzard released official patch notes for Curse of Ula'tek next Tuesday.
Well, is there anything that we haven't talked about or maybe missed? Because I feel like sometimes when we like quickly scroll through their official things, and we see a few things where it's like, wow, whoa, this is happening.
One of the things that I saw was auto loot will now be an account-wide setting. Thank fucking God. Why the fuck did it take this long?
That was actually one of the most annoying things about whenever I made a new character. Like, I would always forget that you have to go and turn that on. And it just would piss me off every time. I know it like took all of like 10 seconds, but it still would piss me off.
That and bars. I hope they're doing the same thing with bars, because I'll log into a new character or make a new character and it's like, here's your 10 slots. And I said, no.
That's a thing already.
I need what that is a thing already?
You just save
I guess.
You just save a preset and then you just load that preset.
Yeah, you can have like a global one, but I think you do actually. I think you actually do have to like say use the global one though, instead of just like it default going to the global one.
I don't
So
even
maybe
know.
it is similar to the auto loot thing that you do technically have to turn it on or change to it.
All my characters are busted anyways. Their bars aren't where they're supposed to be for each character. That'd be an interesting study, is to take a picture of the main four's bars placements and be like, what was I thinking there? What was I trying to do? Because there's not a similarity amongst the four of them.
My God, they're all so different.
Yeah, there's like, or even like where things are placed. Like for Growlina, her random mount and her yak are on top above. For Randleman, all the way down at the bottom, like literally lower right corner. For Wigglestein, I think he has random mount upper left, and the yak is in the middle on a bar on the right. Why? I don't know. I accidentally put them there and just never moved it.
Like, this is the way they would play if they were real.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just kidding them, okay? Everyone knows that Randleman's a lower right mount kind of guy.
Also, we have a DNR alert.
What the fuck? What does this mean? What is the alert?
It's a warning to all listeners. Warning. Warning. There is a housing bug with the patch that people were talking about on the beta, and it's still currently a bug that is plaguing the beta. People are saying that they believe it will not be fixed on launch, and the bug is with blueprints of houses going live. Your first step when you log into the game should be go to your house, save a blueprint of your house, exterior and interior. Save that immediately. Create a full blueprint of the inside and outside. If you have two houses, if you have a horde house, do that one as well. Because the bug is, if you don't do that, sometimes your house might just completely disappear.
So is this just when using blueprints?
Nope.
Or even I, who
Yes.
do not wish... That's not good, Blizzard.
You're telling me there's a chance that, like, hypothetically, I could just log in on launch day and then go back and then, like, everything at my house is gone already? Like, if
I don't know if it's that quick, and there might be something about logging into the patch, logging out. Basically, they weren't exactly sure what was triggering it, but what they did say was that the foolproof way to ensure that you did not lose your house interior or exterior or both was to save both of them to a blueprint just to make sure. And that they found that their characters that had that full blueprint saved never lost their stuff.
I mean, and then, like, the thing is, even if they did, then they could just use their blueprint, so...
That is actually low-key catastrophic, because it's like a beaver dam. I built my house up bit by bit, adding random things. If you break the dam and it's all destroyed, I'm going to be a sad little Disney cartoon beaver with just loose sticks. I'll never be able to build it the same again.
Yeah.
You've ruined me. I'm going to go into the floodwaters and die.
So save your shit. And then actually, that way, if you save it, then you could just try building a new house. And if you don't like it, you can just put it back with your old one. There's also more blueprint notes here. There's actual notes, not bug things from Reddit. Blueprint codes can be shared cross-region, excluding China. Man, I wanted to send them all my skull and bones. I wanted to see all my skeletons hanging out.
They said, "Thank you, friend, for the lovely bakery." And then your mausoleum room is just nothing but loaves. I wonder, would it be like we would spell things out? Like, look at the banisters in my room. And then there would be like anti-CCP imagery. And it's like, oh, you tried to trick us.
Yeah, and it's probably just like, I'm sure that like, do they even like, are animal skulls even okay? Like, is the hunter skull the dragon or whatever? Like, do they have that as an interior item? I bet you they also have different interior items. So it's probably like a Habbo Hotel thing where we can't have their Fernie and they can't have our Fernie.
Yeah, I mean, because they always get, like, random things that we don't get. So it would not surprise me if that is actually one of the main reasons. Because, like, they just give them random things sometimes. And I'm like, or, yeah, as y'all said, I'm sure things that we have, they don't get. So it's just, like, two completely different games at this point. So I'm just like, fine, whatever.
Speaking of things that China gets, look at this sick-ass toy that they get. I'm sending it in the host chat. It's a beautiful decorative throne that when you use it, the character sits in the throne.
Oh
and
my god.
It's all based off of Varian Hearthstone design. They also get a Varian Chinese dragon transmog. Look at this beautiful gold and blue dragon transmog.
What the fuck? This is terrible. There's even a China zone in the game. You can just pretend it comes from there.
Yeah, it's sick.
Now I'm mad. Spectral Tiger, I stayed asleep. Giant Varian throne with sick-ass transmog, I'm woke. Although I do like, do you see the little hat and needle he's got? How silly!
It is a very little hat.
Man, I want these things. Like, there's cool mounts too that they're giving them in these packs.
Well, I think we get some of these mounts. I think we get the moth mount. We just got that one.
No, but what I'm saying is that, like, I assume that these numbers here is like these are bundles that they're selling or something.
Yeah.
I feel like people would buy these in the U.S., so that's just weird to me. Whatever.
Pets are in your house. We already knew that. Ooh, blueprints can be reported. Ooh, someone's got a naughty blueprint. Look out.
I'm selling a blueprint where I use a bunch of flowers to make some jugs. I make some big booty bitches out of like plywood.
No, you know what it is? It's legitimately those people who are making like Xalatath sex dolls and whatnot. So like people are gonna end up putting like their blueprints in there as like weird descriptions or like say or like call them weird things. There's gonna be like a secret code that Blizzard is gonna have to crack in order to start banning these blueprints, I bet.
Hashtag ban the blueprints. We got 4 new endeavors coming forward. Didn't seem like a lot. Could have been a little bit more than 4, huh? We got the Amani Trolls. We got Kobolds. We got the Onaran Centaurs. And the Tortolans. All the animal folk coming to town.
Oh boy. Which one are you most excited for?
Yeah, which one are we going to be stacking our votes on when we have to choose which one we want our guild to choose first?
Hard to say. They don't really show anything that they have to offer. So I'm just going to trust that the Tortolans will have stuff that I want.
I'm going to go out on a limb and be controversial. I'm a little tired of tribal stuff for right now. And I know it's different tribes. We got a lot of Amani stuff and even more Haranir stuff. I don't need too many big cauldrons of boiling soup. So I'm going to say Onarans, we're going to put you on the 4 of 4 on the schedule. No hard feelings. Maybe in 4 or 5 months, I'll have more space in my heart for a big pennant on a stick.
So are you implying that you're going to be voting for the kobolds or...
I think the kobolds would be a refreshing change.
But I'll do all that wax.
If only just because what do they got? I guess there was a kobold society we experienced. Yeah. A big this is my chair made out of cum. Oh, yuck. This is just my waxy drippings I put in the corner of all my rooms.
Then, this is actually why China had to have like a throne that was made in a way that they would not ban, because, the cum and bones throne wasn't going to fly. So
now, what if the Onaran come with their sick theme song from their zone in the Dragonflight? If we get that song playing in town, hell, I'll fucking log into housing every goddamn day.
As if you can't just go to the Onaran Plains to listen to it.
Do what? Stand around?
There's one centaur that comes in and he just holds up a boombox and say anythings. Like, it's like, yes, oh, I'm rocking with this. They don't have anything you can actually buy. You can just hire that guy to stand outside your house.
That'd be sick. He's the fucking ultimate furniture item.
This is Dave. I legally own him. Dave, do the one thing I've allowed you to do.
Oh, the centaur they're giving us animals? Residents of the neighborhood love their pets, but they could use some help training them. The centaurs of the Onaran Plains have very strong bonds with their Bakar, and they may be willing to pass on some training tips.
So I wonder what that means. Like, are they going to give, like, I don't know, what it wouldn't be called a recipe, but, like, are they going to sell, like, something that allows you to set your pets to do certain things around your house?
Maybe.
I'm going to guess they are going to take all of the normal ones and just be like, now you can do /sit at them and they'll sit. Like something like that, which I really hope it accidentally breaks containment and you get like a puffball that learns how to do that. Or like, I'm trying to think of like stupid, like the Santa's favorite helper. You bring it out and it's like, it's not Christmas yet. And you're like, roll over. And he's like, fuck, shit.
I have to.
I have to. There was an oversight in the code.
Grifta's bringing knockoff Amani goods. So they're just traditional Amani stuff, but not real. The kobolds is called candle culture, so a lot of candles. I was assuming the Tortolans is called vacation season. We getting some vacay items, maybe some wreaths, maybe some hula hoops.
I have no idea what that could mean. Beach themed stuff, maybe.
The very famous vacation items, wreaths and hula hoops. It's not vacation unless it's shaped like a circle.
You're not living. You're not your vacations right.
Also, like, couldn't a wreath be used as a hula hoop if you're really
Couldn't a
thinking
hula
about
hoop
it?
be used as a wreath? Wreath?
A wraith form.
I'm going wreath form. You just put it around your neck.
New prop hunt.
You see that old lady who hula hoops on her ass on social media?
No, you know what? I haven't.
Really? You actually haven't? There's an elderly woman who just like squats and she has a hula hoop and she hoops it while shaking her ass and it goes like not around her waist, but it goes around her ass only. It's crazy.
Okay, I've seen people do that. I didn't know there was a particularly famous old woman that did that. So I'm gonna be so for real. My dipping mustard is starting to smell a little bit. And I can't stand the smell of old condiments. So I'm going to go wash this off. I'm going to pass it to Growlina while I go do so. Well, this is it. The final growl on the prowl before we actually get more things to do. I, for one, am excited to hit the coiled aisle and absolutely just twist it up. What about you, man on the street pony show? What are you going to do first? I've heard a lot about the poisonous water on the island and how you'll have to work for weeks to be able to resist it. But I'm going for the puddle-sitting record right out of the gate. You've intrigued me. What does capturing the puddle-sitting record entail? Just what it sounds like. I'm gonna park myself in a puddle of stink juice and see how long my healing lets me sit in it. Is it a widely known effort, or is this just for the love of the game? It's an intimidation tactic. People are gonna be so scared to dip their toes in the juice. And then they'll see me taking a siesta in them and they'll go, oh shit, that guy's tough. We don't want to mess with him. I know I certainly wouldn't. Well, I'll be on the sidelines. Can't afford this nice dress to get filled with acidic burns. But if and when you die, I'll make sure to give your corpse a good /kneel clap. Until that fateful day come next week, stay cool, DN Army. Thank you for covering for me, Growlina. At least it wasn't old ketchup. I despise the smell of old ketchup.
I also hate how it changes colors to be like dark brown if it's like really caked onto something.
Ugh, God, why are you talking about this for?
Why are you talking about this next bit of World of Warcraft news and or tomfoolery?
They heard Aaron complain a while ago about how the Earthens XP was too good for wandering the world, and they finally heeded your words and they nerfed it significantly.
I'm glad they finally listened to this very famous issue that I had with them. So deep-seated that even sometimes I forgot I said it.
Oh, you said it. You said it was the one time you were like, why do they don't even need that?
I mean, yeah, they really don't need
See?
it because
There
at
it
the
goes.
time they only needed 10 levels. But I guess at this point they need it because like who's playing an Earthen? You played one accidentally, and that's the last Earthen I've ever seen.
In the Curse of Ula'tek, we are revisiting the amount of experience points gained when exploring zones. This will particularly impact the leveling speed for earthen characters who receive significantly more exploration experience via their wide-eyed wonder racial ability. To compensate for the decrease in experience points for exploring zones, we are increasing the girth of their penises by 50%. Wow, nice! Big dick and earthen!
So is that exclusionary for just the ones that have it, or is it part of earthen physiology that they all have penises?
They all have it. They all got beards. They all got penises.
That's the, you know what? You raise a fair point. They all got beards. They all got penises.
Beards down there, beards up there. Balls down there, balls up there.
I hide them under my hat. The hat that we all wear.
Speaker Brinth, she had a couple of them. Or she just disguised them well.
That's true. That's why her bouffant was so big. You get past the wires and it's just nothing but pebbles, baby.
If you really think about it, the robot arms, penises.
Mm-hmm. They're also increasing the benefits of ingest minerals for earthen. So that's actually pretty good. The baseline experience from exploring zones has been reduced by 60%. That's a fuck ton of experience reduced.
Yeesh. Were people were they flying around and abusing that? It seems like it's decreasing or punishing people for why?
I actually think that was a thing, wasn't it? That people were just leveling up by flying around the world.
I know that was a thing back in WoD with experience potions, but I guess I haven't really been power leveling in a character in a while. I didn't know if that was still the meta.
You could get a pretty good chunk of experience just going from zone to zone, depending on buffs, like Darkmoon Fair buff, if you had the potions from Borealis, what race you wore, stuff like that. The increase for ingest minerals is increased by 30%, which is good because ingest minerals kind of sucks. Because remember, earthen can't eat food, so earthen can't get big stat boost. Earthen have mineral that just give stat boost. Therefore, earthen just never benefit from the big feast or its equivalent. So now they can get a good secondary stat with 30%, maybe.
They should make an earthen feast that's just a bunch of rocks and gems. Jewel crafters or miners should make it or something. And then it's just a bucket of rocks.
It should actively hurt other people to eat it. They'll allow you to, but it's just
yes. Write that down for Ian.
You're losing 500 health a second. Oh, it stinks. It just puts a debuff on you. Something's going to happen. And mid-fight, you just vomit up blood. It's yeah, you ate rocks. What did you think was going to happen?
Fire Mage page looks pretty substantial for what's happening to you.
Oh, boy. Oh, gosh, oh, golly.
I would love to look at it and it'd be this changed. And I didn't know what that thing was. So I'm just cool. Ignite now creates fire glow, and I'm I didn't know what either of them was.
Significantly changes everything about Fire Mage, so Aaron plays something else. Oh my god, that's literally what it says. Oh my god, they're listening.
Oh shit, that's crazy. Who's even my backup? Young mouth bottom, you're in, brother. It's your time to play.
Hey, we might need a tank. What's old Fingerhead up to?
He's still banned. I just keep logging in and getting him banned from dungeon crawling over and over. That's his punishment.
Every 32 minutes you log in again, and then you just queue for a dungeon as tank, and then you desert it.
And every time he goes, maybe this is the one I get to do. And then he loads into Ruby life pools, and he's in the lead, and he goes, no! As he disappears again.
But the Fire Mage changes, they say, our goal with these changes is to shift the relative value of fire's steady state damage versus combustion windows. It's important that time spent outside of combust remains meaningful and impactful to your overall performance.
No, it's not. Every ability should get you into combust. Combust is the fun thing. When I'm not combusting, I'm not having fun.
Well, your damage will be better because all damage increased by 19%. All damage.
Oh no, we were that bad. We got hit with an all increase.
And 19 is humongous. 19 is big.
Usually they do it by 5 or 8. This stinks.
Also, pyroblast damage increased by 15%. So sorry, did Pyro Blast just get a 34% buff? If all damage?
That was already the leveling tool where you would just hit someone with it once and they'd fall over. And now the guy next to them will fall over too, just in sympathy.
And Flame Strike damage increased by 15%. So, Jesus. Is that your AoE one? Like your ground targeted one?
But
Yeah, it's like the AoE one version of Pyroblast, I guess. But it's
yeah, but I don't use it.
Well, it's time to put it on your bars because it's going to be a big
No.
button.
They just need to. Blizzard, we've made a lot of jokes and a lot of goofers. This is my actual thing. Give me the ability to check off just cast on target. I think Shaman has the ability to do that. You can choose where your Earthquake is, or you can just say cast it on target. Just do that with Flame Strike, because the millisecond it takes for me to wiggle my mouse to put the cursor somewhere, it's already taken me out. That's why it hasn't been on my bars in forever. Let me just go button, and then it just falls down right there.
I remember people used to make macros for it, but then I also remember them purposely breaking those macros because I didn't want people to do like target AoE at feet of target. I think you can still only do it if it's self-targeting, but I don't know why you would do that with that ability.
You use Sun Fury for orbs, right?
Yes, Sun Fury. I forgot what the other one is, like Icy Hot, but I do not use that.
Well, they've redesigned Rondermancy. I'm sorry, what the fuck is Rondermancy?
Good old Ron Dermancy. I went to high school with him. He was captain of the chess club.
Sounds like a weatherman. I don't know.
And coming to you at the locals on the 8s, it's Ronald Dermancy.
Hey, it's me, Ron.
And that's the tea, honey.
And now Rondermancy will make your 3 orbs better, rather than giving you 5 orbs, to align more closely with the inspiration for Sun Fury and reduce visual clutter on your character. So you're losing 2 fireballs. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, great. There was too many. The fact that they were static did not make me happy. If there were 5 and they went and spun around my head, I'd be like, ha ha ha, that's fun. But yes, when you have all 5 of them constantly hovering near your head, I don't know if I've ever told you this. When you go first person, you can still see them.
Oh,
The camera is as such that the balls are the entire upper part of your screen. So yeah, if we can decrease them and then move them up or move them out, like put them behind my head, then I'd be happy. I have to go and play other characters when I film like little music videos for DNR stuff, because I can't on Growlina, because anytime she moves, there they are.
Well, there you go. They've just changed all your orbs, and there's a bunch of changes, and I don't even know what they mean. I don't think you know what they mean either, because who knows what the fuck talent names are.
It's actually really funny that you say that, though, Aaron, because it's the same on my Holy Priest. Whenever I wanted to take a zoomed-in picture, I was like, I would have to swap out of Oracle, because it's the same thing with like the glowy eyeball symbol on the forehead. Like when you zoomed in, you would still see it on like
That's
your screen.
so fucking goofing. They put it in front of the camera, so
Yeah,
it's
like just
"Ugh."
slightly in front. So then like, and then like to the point where like it phases in and out sometimes depending on like how your character is like AFK rocking back and forth.
That makes me wonder. Do you think that's what the characters see? Is Immunization like, fuck, I fucking hate these things so bad. It's just like this
It's
light.
my curse.
Yeah, this light that's hovering next to her eyes forever.
Eternally blinded by holy light.
At least Growlina gets to throw a fireball. I was like, fuck yes, one of them went away. That's why she loves combusting, is she can throw all of them away and be like, I'm free. For 15 seconds, I'm free.
I gotta cool off for this 15 seconds.
Beast Mastery, bunch of buffs. Beast Mastery Hunters felt a bit weak outside of Bestial Wrath damage windows. Do you agree with that statement?
Yeah, it's true.
They boosted Kill Command, Cobra Shot, and Barb Shot, and the duration of Beast Cleave to 10 seconds, so you can maintain 100% uptime in area damage situations as long as you're using Wild Thrash when available. What's Auto Shot? Is that just like when you shoot?
I think it's just your auto attack. Yeah.
Auto shoot damage increased by 720%. I've never seen a number
What the
so
fuck?
big.
Is someone, are you immune? Are you gonna be one of those people where like, well, you attack, you also rapidly right click To be like, I gotta squeeze in my auto shots.
I guess. Aren't you just default auto shooting whichever thing that you are currently using other abilities on anyways? But like, I feel like this. So I'm really gonna be interested with that alone. What like my damage breakdown will look like, because like I feel like it's gotten to the point where like Metalloid versus his pets, it was something crazy where it's like Metalloid was only doing like 15% of the damage, 20% of the damage. So I wonder if they're trying to make it more so like closer to 50-50, because like I mean like that would make it so that the damage is more consistent outside of like the window of the like make pets do shit ton of damage button, you know.
Yeah, and not to mention Barb Shot up by 10%, Kill Command up by 20%, Cobra Shot up by 25%, Beast Cleave up by 55%, was 40%, so 15% gain. That's a pretty steady gains there. Now, can I get a live reaction to me scrolling through the marksmanship buffs?
Yeah, I guess you can. I suppose that's allowed.
Probably more so changes than buffs. Here we go.
Oh my god. It's like a novel of all these changes for marks. Like, what did they have done?
Well,
Okay,
clearly
like-
they needed them. Like I said, it was boring as shit.
It was like 4 or 5 hearty scrolls through this. So also the developers notice a paragraph. So they're probably like, "We're so sorry, marksmanship hunters." It says that their last round changes introduce a explosive shot as a button they can opt into, but it didn't flow well with how the spec was playing. So changing that. The headshot talent was also a source of frustration, so we're removing it, adjusting how Death Blow works. We're adjusting their Apex talent nodes, so they're just doing an overall update to everything. It kind of seems like redesign, Bullet Storm, update Death Blow, update aspect of the Hydra. Their auto shot damage is 756%. They shoot for what was that? 36% more damage than you now.
I guess. I mean, I kind of assumed that their auto shot was more powerful than ours anyways.
Yeah, they got a lot. So if you're a marksman hunter out there, yeah, you better read that, because I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I love the implication that you get a gun, which kind of, it fires the same no matter what. Like, you pull the trigger, the bullet comes out. But when you have animals, you're like, I'm too busy feeding these animals and brushing their fur to really think about gun. But as marksman, you're like, no, there's nothing to distract me. I'll really squeeze this gun really hard so the bullets come out, what you said, like 32% extra fast.
They just got a little bit more trigger discipline ready to go.
I know that, if anything, because take aim takes 8 seconds to do. I don't know any marksman hunter, but anytime I would hit that, it felt very like hardcast pyroblast energy, where it's like, I feel like this is wrong.
There's probably something that like a proc would make it faster or something.
Yeah, and occasionally it would, but also all the other buttons felt so ineffectual that I was like, I mean, even sitting here for 10 seconds, this still feels like the best thing to do. Got any changes for you? How are those Illidachis? How are those Moonbladers?
Demon hunters can now use daggers.
Which one do you use? What
Havoc.
is your off spec?
I'm Havoc.
But I'm sorry, your hero bit, your big ball in the center of your screen.
My hero talent. I don't even know what it's called. Yes I do. Wait. Not Eldrachi.
Last week you said
Felskard.
Last week you said you were a rebel because you were breaking apart from your sensei. He said to do one and you did the other.
He also said, this was maybe like a day ago, Felskard is back. He's like, they buffed it, so now they're about even. So pick what you want. And I was like, awesome, I can do what I want. So I'm doing Felskard.
Yeah, actually, that's like something that's always interesting to me at the beginning of a new patch, because I feel like it's gone back and forth through VN Hunter about like whether or not the Dark Ranger or the pack leader one was like in vogue, or like there have been times I kind of liked it when like it was dependent on like what kind of content you were doing, or what if you wanted single target or AoE. But in this last one, it was just like, yeah, just pack hunter, and the one before was, yeah, just Dark Ranger. So I'm like, okay, I guess. Every time I log in and see that my talents are outdated.
It says that they've updated the ping system to be able to ping certain items, the action bar, spells in the cooldown manager, player resources, and certain unit frame, target, focus, and raid. It also says updated ping macros to support pinging spells or items. So could I set up a macro that's just like ping, and then I'll ping hero to let people know to hero? And I can just ping it in chat, and then I don't have to like say it or do anything.
Because like, can you ping abilities, or what would it do?
It says ping abilities, yeah. Updated ping macros to support pinging spells or items.
Like even spells that you don't have access to, could you ping?
Doesn't say I can't.
Oh.
Added the following slash commands: /ping spell 1234 or spell name, and ping item 1234 or item name. So that kind of sounds like I'll be able to ping whatever the fuck I want.
I'm just going to throw someone off by just finding some ability that someone has and just rapidly ping it 3 times in a row to like really throw them off their game. Yeah, it's just like chain lightning, chain lightning, chain lightning. And then someone's like, well, I guess we're only fighting one guy, but if you think it'll work.
You can now hide people's realm names if you don't want to see what disgusting realm they come from. So if you see like a sprocket monger, you'd be like, ugh, I don't want to see that guy. And you just hide his realm name, and bam, now all of a sudden he's in Prodmore. Kind of.
So sometimes that shit's important though. Like, I sometimes I need to see that they're from Ragnaros, because then I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense why this is happening.
You said sometimes I need to see them to back up my prejudices. But I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, if I see someone's like, it's your best pal from Quel'Thalas, I'll be like, well, my pre-established biases are kicking in. Let me keep myself safe here. Now, I'll just be like, you're dumb. You're doo-doo butter. You're stink. And then they wipe away the mud above their name, and they're like, you yelled at me, but you didn't even know.
Yell at me, because now it's time for top 2. Bottom boot. Medium moo.
Ah! Clean your room! Clean your room! I'm yelling at you.
No. I've got a top 2, though.
Toot toot.
Toot, 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 toot.
Ian might just very well be in the vents, still alive, still taking notes. In 12.1, they're adding the ability to go back in the achievement panel. If you click into a meta achievement and you just want to simply go back and not type the whole goddamn thing in again to see what you got, it's here.
Thank God. I feel like there have been probably like 3 or 4 different times that we've talked about this on the show, about how that is something that's really pissed us off about how the achievement tab worked. That is amazing. I love that.
There is a caveat, though.
Boo!
Back button only works for meta achievements.
Okay, well, I guess it's something better than nothing, as they say, you know? I mean, like, and I will say that, like, that is the prime time where I would be annoyed. It'd be that time of the expansion where I'm trying to do a meta achievement, and then I would, like, have to, like, just pin all of these different achievements because it was annoying for me to, like, try to find it again, especially if it had a name that I kept forgetting.
Doing the math, though, that means it's only applicable for like 4 or 5 achievements. Okay, Ian, you added a back button for half a dozen of them? That's cool.
It's kind of weird. But it also works for the ones that are Russian nesting dolled into each other. So sometimes it'll be like, blah, blah, blah. And you click on that one, and then it's like, yada, yada, yada. And there's like 8 of them there. And you hit that one, and then it's like, oh, blah, 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 and there's 4 of them there. You can back through all those successfully. So, hey, I'll take it. Take what I can get. Swing for the fences. Hope more's coming. Aaron, top, bottom, medium?
I have a bottom, well, I have a medium moot.
Medium.
I am very excited that come Tuesday, the 11th, 12.1, the Curse of Ula'tek will be arriving and everyone will get to play it. However, I will not.
Oh, no.
The 11th and 12th were the only days that Cubby Bub was able to get off for
Our 4th anniversary of
Cancel it.
being married.
And so we are going to be headed to Mackinac Island and Upper Michigan
For some betrothed fun. We'll get fudge and we'll go to dinner together and take a
Going
walk.
to the governor's house
Yeah, we're going to go to the governor's house, and then we're gonna
to hang out with them.
So, rest assured, everyone, I will be arriving after a lovely time, and we'll say,
What a great time we had. It's so great to rekindle our love for each other.
and then hitting the books for a whole, 13 hours, so I have enough to talk about for next week's episode.
Yeah, you better, when you get back, you'll be like, don't talk to me, woman. I've got the world to play of Warcraft.
She'll be like, do you want a drink, honey? It was so nice to spend some time together. And I'll turn around and I'll snap, haven't I seen you enough?
Yeah. Get away from me.
When Purse hisses, does it sound different because she doesn't have teeth? Or does she not ever really hiss?
She doesn't really hiss. I think, unfortunately, her world is so known, be so foreign, and there's not another creature other than us to interact with her, so she just hasn't felt the need in years.
Yeah, maybe, I guess that makes sense. Ours are constantly fighting each other, so we hit it all the time.
She hisses with a lisp. Because she ain't got no teeth.
Sounds like a snake then.
Speaking of no teethers, let's shoot it out to our favorite denture-wearing fool, Immunization.
Oh my god. Actually, we just had a trip to Minnesota and I left my retainer case at the hotel, so I'm having to have it shipped
fucked.
to me. So
I was about to say, you're fucked. Your teeth are going to shoot out in 17 different directions now.
yeah, luckily I had a backup, so it's not the end of the world, but I was like, man, how did I forget this? Anyways, I have a top 2. I'm going to take the easy way out here and say that, new content very soon. Excited for it. Excited to get back into the swing of things. Also excited that we just we still need to do our last Turbulent Time Ways thing. Probably should do that today, so we don't forget. But no, we are coming in and hot at the last minute in the last week possible to have our to finish that off. So I'm glad that we remembered in time to do that. That's I feel like that's kind of a soft top 2 addition as well.
Toot.
And speaking of addition, it takes me all day to add up all the appreciation I have for these patrons. Their names include Ahoy Vince, Azarin, Digital Dave, asking Growlina to say, for the Horde. Miskit the Orchidee Orc, Crucifix, Alternator, Family Man. Saracen Huck, Justin, give me back my PhD, Arcane, Rack.
I have ridden the mighty moonworm.
Good for him.
Remy,
This is for the juggalos and juggalettes. Do not try this at home, and I hope you like it.
Kick Puncher, Sugar Bear,
Time is money, friend.
Jerome, Shahazen, Ali, Adorno, Gershom,
I'm glad he acknowledges that I'm a good boy. I am a good boy.
Wooly,
To make a long fucking story short, I put a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass.
Duff the Horde, Pooper Cooper, Calcus,
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Cilantro, Vanderlyle,
Have a nice day.
and Will, aka Tire, Trade Chat's fallen father.
Hubba, hubba, hubba. I'm doing a helicopter with big hard eyes at these fools. Woohoo! Yeah! Yes!
He did those things.
If you want to join them and have me do that in your presence, join our Patreon at patreon.com/do not relent. This weekend, we're uploading an episode with the infamous one, Ugly Boy /Yabiag. He will be much talked about. I think it'll be the first time anybody will ever hear his voice on the podcast. It's going to be a hoot, a holla, and a gag. Send emails to do not relentpod@gmail.com and go to do not relentpod.com for all of our socials. Do not relent.com, not pod, for all of our social links. Leave me alone. I got a stuffy nose. Where are you guys at?
Well, you can find me, Alex, or Immunization on Twitter at New Era Alex, or on Blue Sky at Immunization.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at thebiggitcheesy on twitters.com and watch me play videograms at twitch.tv/AaronDNR.
Well, we're going to close out the show the way that we always do. We are the world.
We are
the
the
children.
The people.
We are
the
star living.
Tonight, thank God it's them instead of you.
Good night, America. Good night, Germany. Good night, Belgium. Good night, Egypt. Good night, Southeast Asia. Good night.
Good night, Brussels.
Good night, France. Good night, UK. Good night, Canada. They're pretty big. Good night. Ooh, good night, Mexico.
Good night,
they like us.
Ecuador.
Ecuador. Good night, Ecuador. Good night, Peru. Good night.
Good night, Moon.
Good night, Moon. Good night.
You know, I love how like some of these were just cities. Some of these were cities. Some of these were countries. Some of these were just straight up regions. Good night, world.
Good night. Good night, Milky Way.
Hell yeah. Good night, Snickers bar.
I ate a Take 5 Reese's today. Good night, Take 5 Reese's when I shit you out later today.
Good night, Carmelos. I love Carmelos, but they make my hands all sticky.
Good night, Anthony Carmelo. You made my hand all sticky.
Oh, no!
Huh, okay.
I call him Anthony. Isn't Carmelo Anthony? Does that say Anthony Carmelo?
Yeah, I was pictured you were just saying Anthony, Carmelo.
I was looking at his legal classification.
All right, bye. And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.